Well, breaking news this morning, Elon Musk is offering to buy Twitter. Twitter said in a regulatory filing that Musk proposed to buy the remaining shares of Twitter that he doesn't already own at $54.20 a share. Now, the Tesla CEO currently owns slightly more than 9% of the social media company. Musk wrote in the filing, Twitter needs to be transformed as a private company. Now, Santosh Rao is at Manhattan Venture Partners, and he was also an early investor in Twitter. Joins us live this morning from New York with more on this. What is your assessment here about Elon Musk threatening or wanting to take Twitter private?
Yeah, good morning. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Well, this is sensational news, as everything with Elon Musk is. But I think at this point, it's too early to tell. We know what he wants to do. That's what he said. But there's so many conditions that need to be met, including financing, which is a big part of this whole thing. So I don't know if he wants to go there. We still don't know what he wants to change here. I know he doesn't like the way it functions right now, but he doesn't know what exactly. He hasn't said what exactly he wants to change. So I think there are a lot of ifs, ands, and buts, a lot of conditions to be met. Either way, I think the shareholder wins, because even if Musk backs out, I think the company got the message. They need to change. They need to do something. So the urgency of what needs to be done is definitely out there. So either way, shareholders win. But in terms of ownership, a lot of issues to be settled. Yeah,
it's clear he's definitely shaking things up, Santosh. What is the premium he's offering at $54.20? What is that over where Twitter's currently trading or closed yesterday?
Yeah, it's quite a bit. I think it closed at around 40, so this is 54. So it's quite a bit of, I think in percentages, it's quite a bit. And it's something that the board cannot just ignore. The company cannot ignore. I mean, they have to, if they have to do their fiduciary duty, they have to take into account what this is a huge premium to where it's trading. Still less than where it peaked a few months back, but that's okay. It's still a premium. They need to do something. The board has to give it a careful consideration. And we don't know about Musk either, because in the past, he wanted Tesla to go private. So he does all these things, shakes up things, and doesn't follow through many times. So I don't know if this is one of those things or if he's really serious. So if he is, then I think it'll be good for Twitter, good for the shareholders for sure. And I think also for Twitter, because it needs to get its act together. There are some issues about independence and fairness, so that he may resolve. He may take it private, fix it, and then float it back again in the public market. So there are a lot of ways it can go about, but either way, Twitter needs to change, and he's a good catalyst there.
Yeah, he just tweeted simply, I made an offer. I wonder, what are Twitter's revenues like? Because we've known for years that it seems to have been a struggle, to get the ad revenue. Facebook struggled, but then sort of found that sort of magic sauce to make some money. Where is Twitter right now? And when you say it's good for shareholders, if I don't hold Twitter right now, am I too late to get in on the action, or would this be a buy opportunity?
Well, let the dust settle. Let's see where he wants to take it. But at this point, Twitter has a revenue problem. They are not able to monetize an awesome platform. It's a great communication tool. It's essentially a town center for the whole world. To that extent, it's a great platform. But monetization, and it's not an easy platform to use, because it has a select audience, rich audience, affluent audience that can pay, but they're not able to monetize it. So they need to figure out how to monetize their content, and that's where the problem is. It's not been growing, it's not been adding users, and that's where they need to do something about it. Maybe get a subscription model. There's so many ways to go about it, but they need to change something at this point, because the advertisers are not getting the bang for the buck, the return on investment that they're putting in there, unlike in Snap or Facebook or other sites. So I think they definitely need to work on the revenue side. That's a big issue with Twitter.
Well, listen, Santosh, really appreciate your time and insight this morning on definitely a big breaking story. And thanks so much. Perhaps we'll talk again when we see exactly where Musk plans on taking things. Have a great morning.
Thank you. You too.